There's a reptile in trouble in Darwin too. Stephen and Lisa are on the case.
We just got a call about this frill-neck lizard. He's been wedged here in this cyclone mesh fence for a little while. There you go.
The frill-neck lizard's frill has been his downfall. He's managed to get himself halfway through this fence. Shame about the other half.
He's quite a big fella and he's quite thoroughly wedged, so we're going to have to cut the wire.
Frill-necks are found across Australia's northern third. This one is pretty much full grown. Now he's free, here's a lesson in lizard handling.
Pretty boy.
First, the hiss is just bluff. He's trying to scare you off.
Down there, little fella.
The frill's just for show too.
Go on, you're free now.
Makes him look bigger. Comes out when he opens his mouth wide. And when those two fail, he'll jump. And then there's plan D. Run like crazy.
Hey, puppy!
Up a tree might have been a better long-term option.
This is your secret tunnel. Make sure you remember.
Frill's caught him alive.
But some lizards,
Hey.
You're an idiot.
well, they're just best left alone.
Come on.
He's survived his brush with the dog, but he'd die if released alone. Sugar gliders live in colonies to help protect each other from predators like hawks and snakes. So he's going to need some help. This one's not long out of the pouch.
Yeah, well, Marcus just brought it in this morning. He had it in his mouth, brought it in. Virtually came in, dropped it at my feet as if to say, well, here, Mum, look what I found for you.
What's it in?
He's usually good with animals. He normally won't kill things, so we'll just bring them in to show you. And this is the first time he's ever had one of these.
As well-meaning as Marcus the dog no doubt was, the encounter's a worry. In those massive jaws, there's every chance the tiny glider has been injured.
Sure. We'll have a look at his gliding membrane there. That sort of stretches out like a parachute and catches the air when they glide from tree to tree. And that looks pretty good.
He won't grow much bigger, but this guy will be able to glide up to 50 metres between trees, using his long tail to help balance in flight.
OK, we're just having a look at him, looking at his eyes and his ears and just making sure that there's nothing that's been damaged. He's got a great little set of teeth there. We're just checking his teeth to make sure that he's able to eat solid food, and which he certainly is. And yeah, checking out all his limbs and making sure that everything is OK. Which he does, he looks great. He's remarkably relaxed, actually, given that he's just lost his mum and been inside the mouth of a dog. Oh.
He's survived his brush with the dog, but he'd die if released alone. Sugar gliders live in colonies to help protect each other from predators like hawks and snakes. So he's going to need some help. The day's looking up for the baby sugar glider. He lost his mum and wouldn't have survived on his own. But now he's got a new one. Her name's Gabby.
This is just juice from tin fruit. I can give him this once a day at this stage, and milk 3 times a day, and then other little bits and pieces in between.
Gabby's one of the ARC's qualified animal carers, and she's volunteered to look after him round the clock for the next 3 or 4 months.
It's about the animals. It's always just about animals. I have a husband and 3 kids and a block and a lot of animals at home and things to care about, but yeah, there's just something about wildlife that attracts me, makes me want to help animals.
When he's big enough, he'll be placed with a captive colony of sugar gliders. Then they'll all be released back into the bush together, and their chances of survival should be good. She's fat, really fat. He has his suspicions why. Stephen Cutter is the head vet.
That's fantastic. These are my favourite all-time reptile. They're great.
A wildlife ranger brought the lizard to the Ark after finding her for sale at the local markets.
She's been Parks and Wildlife of taken her off somebody trying to sell her to tourists.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey.
They obviously picked her up on the road in Alice Springs and...
Seems someone found her by the highway and drove her north, but she can't survive here.
They're just beautiful. These guys are specialist anteaters. They just eat ants. That's all, just the little tiny black ants which are everywhere down there. This is her false head. You can see it's got two little horns and it's just a sort of a knob of sort of tissue there. You know, if a bird or something comes down and tries to eat it, they often will grab that.
There's not much Stephen doesn't know about thorny devils, but there's something about this one that doesn't add up.
Look how huge she is. She's just absolutely chockers. X-ray.
Stephen's solved the mystery of the fat thorny devil.
This is the X-ray of the thorny devil. She's definitely got eggs inside her.
Not only is this little girl half a continent away from home, but she's in the family way too.
They're a little hard to see, but there's at least 5 eggs that I can see there. Otherwise, she looks great. There's no problems with any of her bones or anything.
She's in good health now, but she won't last long in tropical Darwin.
Thorny devils don't cope with the humidity, and so it's really important that she gets back to Alice Springs where it's dry and desert, her country.
With eggs on the way, there's no time to waste. She needs to be returned home right now.
All right, guys, thank you. So, see you again. See you. Bye. No, she's not looking too bad actually, considering the flight down. She's fairly sort of perky looking. She's certainly very heavily gravid looking at her. You know, when you see your thornies, they're certainly never as round and as rotundant as this, if you like. So,
She's come through the flight unscathed and still full of eggs. But she needs a drink, and thorny devils have a neat trick for that.
because these things basically use a capillary type action, if you like, to get all this water from their skin up across into their mouth. So I'll just give her a light spray here and get some water over her.
Their skin has evolved to funnel water up to their mouths. Out in the arid desert, they can get a good drink from the morning dew that settles on their body.
So she's obviously a little bit thirsty. She's having a bit of a drink there. You can see that little bit of a throat action happening there.
In the wild, she'd be hidden away, a metre under the desert sand.
Generally, you're never going to see it. She's down in the ground laying her eggs. Once she's done, she's backfilling as she comes back out. So, yeah, to come in here and I'll have this girl laying eggs in front of me like this, it's just, yeah, fantastic, absolutely fantastic.
Thorny devils aren't great mums. They leave their eggs as soon as they're laid, relying on the heat in the earth to incubate them. Now, that's Justin's job.
We're going to get these out fairly quickly. She buries them, hopes for the best, basically. So all we're doing is trying to simulate that similar environment to what they would be under the ground. So we'll get these into the incubators, guys. Fingers crossed, like I say, 3 months, cute little babies. So.
It took 3 months, but all the effort paid off in Alice Springs. Not all the Thorny Devil's eggs survived, but 3 did hatch, producing tiny replicas of Mum. Of course, by then, she was long gone. Her 3,000-kilometre round trip from Alice to Darwin and back again ended with a car ride into the red dunes where she'd come from. Justin found a place with everything she needed to live a long and happy life.
Behave and you're going to run and you're going to do your thing for me or not? Come on, there we go, gorgeous. Off you go. Go on, off you go. Where do you running? Go on, go on. That's the way.
Yeah, we've just found a sick possum in our garden, or Mum found it. Just put it in the bag so it wouldn't bite me. And yeah, it's got a weird kind of scaly, pussy skin where all its fur's falling out. Just thought we'd better bring it in, see what they can do with it, see if they can make it better.
Possums are marsupials, which means they carry their young in a pouch, and they're renowned for that unearthly call. They live in tree hollows, coming out at night to feed on fruit and leaves or whatever they can steal from your rubbish bin. This one's skin complaint means it's not a happy camper.
This is stress dermatitis. It's really common in possums. It's what possums actually do to themselves. It's what they do when they get stressed. Yep. They break out in these sores. Usually that means that there's not enough places for possums to sleep in your area. They need a hollow log or a hollow tree or a roof space or somewhere like that to sleep at night. So what this guy is probably been lowered down in the social hierarchy.
Yeah, it's quite a small one. So.
Yeah, so he's been kicked out and he's having to sleep out in the open, and so he's upset about it, and that's why he's broken out in these sores.
That stress condition can also be brought on by a poor diet or pressure from other possums encroaching on its territory. The good news is it's easily treated with antibiotics.
Okay, so we'll put him back in his bag.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Because he's been a bit feisty, we'll just get his butt out.
I'll let you do that.
Okay. Just need his back leg there, and we'll just pop that in under the skin there. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Now that'll provide him a week's worth of antibiotic coverage.
Yep.
It's going to take a while for those antibiotics to work and the possum's condition to improve. Till then, Gordon's got himself a noisy house guest. It's been a few weeks since Gordon brought the stressed-out possum to the Ark. Now he's back for a checkup.
Okay. Okay. Oh, she's looking good, isn't she? She's been doing well. She's been eating and...
Yeah, eating like a champion.
Yeah, great.
Can hardly keep enough food up to her.
Even better, she's cut out the screeching.
Let's have a look at your face. So they've got constantly growing teeth like rabbits. They need to constantly gnaw, and those teeth are nice and good and healthy. She did used to have sort of a dermatitis all over her face here. You can just see there's a little bit of skerricks of it left there, and a little bit of loose skin and dandruff there, and that's held up really well.
She's quite popular amongst the male possums that are around our joints. So
she'll probably be popular when she gets released. But, well, she looks great. She's healed really well. She'll be right for release. So,
excellent.
Yep. So you can release her tonight if you want. So,
brilliant. No worries.
So you'll be right with that?
Yep. No, she can go back in the tree.
Possums are highly territorial, so Gordon's going to let this one go on home turf, his own backyard. She won't have to fight for her place here, and he's given her another head start, tying pipes high in the branches so she's got a ready-made home.
Right, here we go. Off you go, Sleddy. That's pretty good. Timing's just about perfect. It's going to go dark pretty soon, so that'll give her all night to find one of these hollows to go and live in. I'm actually quite happy with that. It's worked out well. Good. You beauty.